my universe. It's DC, and if you're OG, you already know what a real wrong. I'm really trying to this is my first time using this stuff since I had these glasses, and I've had them for months. I usually would just like clean it with my shirt. I don't wear the glasses as often as I should either. It's like 11 p.m. I just got out of the shower, but I know I needed to record this video. Anyway, let me see. They still kind of, maybe I ain't doing it right. OG, you already know what a real wrong. If you're new to my channel, I thank you for tuning in. I hope that you'll stick around and subscribe. I don't understand what's going on here. Am I using the wrong side? What is this? Okay, maybe if I just cut this down. Y'all, I don't know. I apologize. Just work with me. Please, just work with me. Did I finish my intro? I think I did. Child, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe. And so, I'm going to try to keep this closed. This is a lot. It's giving me a hard time. I do not like the glare. Okay, this is better. All right. So let me start over with my intro. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my universe. It's DC, and if you're OG, you already know what a real wrong. If you're new to my channel, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you'll stick around and subscribe. Oh, I need to stop playing. It's late, and I'm honestly sleepy. I just got out of the shower, which is why I have on what I have on. But like I said, I needed to get this video recorded so that I can at least edit it in the morning before my next video or whatever. I'm trying to catch up because I did miss one day. As you can tell by the title, I will be talking about my pregnancy, labor, and delivery ×3 because y'all know that I'm a mom of 3. So I do just want to kind of go a little bit in depth about my experiences through each of my pregnancies, what labor and delivery was like, where I was at the time, what my fears was, how old I was. Those who don't have kids right now, you're expecting, then you will be able to kind of get insight about how pregnancy is, what it does to your body, what it does to your mental, your emotions, and everybody is different, so each pregnancy is unique. But however, you know, there are some similarities with each pregnancy. And then also just talk about, like, I wouldn't technically say like my relationship experiences, but more so of lack of support, I guess you would say, you know, play a role in just some of the things that I experienced. I don't know, but we're gonna get into it, and I'm sure I'll get more comfortable as I just continue talking. So I will start with my first pregnancy. At the time, I was 19 years old, and I found out that I was pregnant, I think, May of 2013. And I had just graduated high school the year before. I got into a relationship soon after, and I honestly felt like, you know, that was my person, you know. So I prayed for my daughter. I wanted my daughter. I prayed for everything about her gender, her intelligence, her creativity, her humor, her compassion, her all, just everything that she is, her beauty. And I prayed for her out of, I guess, fear of honestly being alone. I've always wanted to be a mom. If y'all watch my Fear of Loneliness, How I Became a Mom video, then some of this I already did say. But like I said, I was 19. I was just getting out into the world on my own. I had been kind of restricted in my childhood, so I didn't get to experience much. So I just felt like if I had a baby, it would kind of make me feel whole again. But like I said, I was 19, and when I first found out I was pregnant, I was super, super, super excited. Like, to actually have a human growing inside of my belly, and to know that this baby would be mine. This is somebody that will be with me, somebody that will love me and know me from the inside out. So through my experience, I did not have a car. I was just starting college, my first semester in college. I was going to my classes. I was walking, catching a bus. I was determined, and I was very, very, very active during that pregnancy. But as far as like succeeding in college, definitely not. I would go straight home. I would not do my homework. I would go straight to sleep. I would eat and then go straight to sleep, and I would sleep for like hours on end. Like, no matter how much I slept, I felt like it just wasn't enough sleep. Like, I was so tired in that first trimester, as usually most of them are. Some people are, they still are their normal selves to where they don't even know that they're pregnant throughout their first trimester. But me, and I knew that I was pregnant immediately because I was in tune with my body. So the first day that I missed my period, I got a pregnancy test, and sure enough, it was positive. I cannot remember, because I know that I did go to Walmart, and I took a test in Walmart bathroom. But I cannot remember if that was before or after I had already gone to the health department. So when I went to the health department, I was supposed to actually be going just for a regular well visit, checkup, or whatever. And for some reason, once I, like peed in the cup, they had me in the room for so long. And I was so scared because I thought something else was going on. Like, child, like, why am I in this room so long? And it actually was a guy. He was a guy nurse. Would a guy be called a nurse? I guess, yeah, he would. But he came into the room, with the little pregnancy, and I still actually have the pregnancy test in her baby book. But he came in with the thing, and he was just like, well, unfortunately, I think they were supposed to do something, but they couldn't do it because I was pregnant. So I was just like, you sure? You sure that's mine? Because for some reason, I just thought that I could not get pregnant, honestly. And he was just like, yeah, he said my last name. This you, right? And I'm just like, yeah, that's me. So he was like, okay, well, let me just make sure. I'm going to go and do another one. Sure enough, he did another one. He came back in. He just like, yep. And I was shocked, but at the same time, I wasn't, because I knew that I was having unprotected sex. I knew that, I had prayed for a baby anyway, but I just still did not think it would actually happen, but it did. And I think the first person I told was my aunt, because I was living with my aunt at the time, on my daddy's side. I came in and I sat on the end of her bed and I was talking to her, and next thing you know, I just started crying, and she was just like, you know, I already knew you was pregnant, you know, because I had some pads on my bed that I hadn't used. So she was just like, yeah, those pads been up there too long, whatever. And then I called my baby's father and I let him know, and he was just like, you know, I already knew. It was just, to him, it was just, whatever, you know, I kind of already knew. So that was that. And then I told my best friend, and she was pregnant at the time too, so we were pregnant together. I found out her gender, and my best friend and her husband actually went with me to find out the gender. And I wished that her dad would have been there. Like, that support would have made my pregnancy a lot easier, to have my baby's father a little bit more involved in my pregnancy. You know, we were still talking, we were still together, but the thing is, we didn't live together. So yeah, we were, I was young. He's older than me, but yeah, that pregnancy, it was exciting, but it also was very, I guess, traumatic, because this is my first pregnancy and I kind of went through it, experienced a lot of things for the first time on my own. And like I said, I live with my aunt, but I still kind of felt alone, you know. And I had gone through a lot, you know. I was being cheated on in that relationship, and I wasn't in my own space. I didn't have a car, you know. And I actually experienced death in the family, like a really close death. And I wasn't eating properly. Like in the beginning I was eating, but then later on in the pregnancy I wasn't eating much at all. And if I was eating, it was a large pepperoni pizza with cinnamon crisp, extra cheese, Sprite, hot chocolate. I did eat like strawberries and, you know, breakfast foods. I started to like broccoli throughout that pregnancy. I had never had broccoli before, but I started to like broccoli during that pregnancy. And my baby actually ended up coming 4 weeks, a month early. So they say that pregnancy is, full term is considered 40 weeks. And if, you know, you're overdue, 42 weeks. But my baby actually came at 36 weeks. Her due date was January the 29th, but she came on January the 2nd of 2014. And it was quick. It was really quick. Like, I was just so stressed out. I wasn't eating. They were telling me that my baby was measuring too small, so I wasn't gaining enough weight. I think through that entire pregnancy, I had only gained like 7 or 8 pounds, and she was 4 of those pounds. So it's just like I really wasn't giving her what she needed. And to this day, my baby is picky. She does not like a lot of stuff, but I mean, that's how I ate throughout my pregnancy. And yeah, so labor was really quick. the day before, on New Year's Day, I had gone to the hospital because when I went to the bathroom, I could feel like leakage, but I wasn't sure if I was just peeing on myself or if my mind was playing tricks on me or what, but it felt weird. So I went to the hospital and they checked me. They did like this little swab to see if my water had broke, and I guess the test came back saying that it wasn't my water. You know, they thought that, okay, maybe you just, you know, peed on yourself. So they sent me home. They told me to wear a pad. If the pad ended up being soaked throughout the night, then to come back. So I had the pad on. I still could feel like leakage, but it wasn't soaking the pad. So I guess, you know, so I went to sleep that night. I was tossing and turning at first because I was feeling like, you know, little cramps and aches and stuff like that. It was uncomfortable, but I eventually ended up just going to sleep. And when I woke up the next morning, I probably woke up around like 8 or 9-ish, I would say. And the pains, they felt stronger. Like, they still were not intense to the point where I couldn't move or I couldn't talk or anything, but they felt more like menstrual cramps. So, you know, as I proceeded, you know, I washed my face, brushed my teeth. I was getting ready to have breakfast. And then by this time, I think it was like maybe like 10-ish, 11 o'clock. And then the pain just started getting stronger to the point where it was just like I had to sit down. My aunt wasn't home. It was just my cousin, or my two cousins. Shout out to my cousin, because she was young, but she did whatever she needed to do at that time to help me out. I told her to run me some bath water, and she ran me some bath water, and I tried to sit in the water, but that did not resolve the pain that I was feeling. So I quickly got out of the tub, and that probably was a mistake for me to get out of the tub, to get in the tub, especially if it was my water, but I didn't know any better. I was just trying to ease the pain. So since that didn't work, I just told her, you know what, go ahead and just call the ambulance, because at this point, I don't know what's going on. This is my first time having a baby. I know I'm not due yet. I don't know what I'm experiencing, like, but I just know that it hurt. So the ambulance got there. They were asking me questions, talking to me, but while I was talking, when those pains start coming, it's just like I had to be quiet. I couldn't answer the question. I couldn't think, nothing. And I was panicking. I was panicking because I feared that something would go wrong. I would lose my baby. Like, I just didn't know what was going on. So I was actually in the ambulance by myself, 19 years old, first baby, scared out of my mind. And it seemed like the longest ride. But once I got to the hospital, and they tried to have me sitting on the little ambulance bed, asking me all these different questions while I'm just sitting in the middle of this I guess registration emergency area, people walking by, and I'm panicking, I'm scared, I'm in pain, and it's just like, I don't want to talk about none of this right now. Let's do this after y'all figure out what's going on with me, okay? But eventually, once, you know, we got upstairs and everything, they checked me, and she was just like, you know what, I don't even have to check you. I can look and see your baby's hair right here. But she, you know, she still checked me. She was just like, yeah, you're 7 centimeters right now, so we need to get you into a room. You'll probably be pushing in the next 20 minutes. Y'all, I did not have my baby pad with me. I had nobody up there with me. I think at the time, I don't know if my phone was off or if I just didn't have my phone with me or something, but I could not call it. And then I was in pain, so I could not just get on the phone and say, hey, you know, she was just like, do you need me to call somebody for you? So I'm like, yeah, call somebody. So I don't know if she called my daddy or my aunt. I think she called my daddy. But right before, I would say literally like 10 minutes before they told me to start pushing, like my auntie rushed through the door with my cousin, and my daddy was in there, but he was like behind the curtain. Or no, I think there was like a little waiting room that he was in. And you know, I'm pushing, and I could not get any medication because I was too far dilated. There wasn't enough time for them to do anything. So I just really had to work through everything that I was feeling, and it was tough. I was so scared. I was so scared. And I actually had a male doctor, and when he came in, you know, I guess once the baby's actually crying and getting ready to come out, he came in like with this little suction thing, or you know, something. And as I'm pushing, you know, he was, you know, pulling my baby out. They didn't tell me what that was, why they were using it. And at the time, I didn't care to ask no questions. I just knew that I needed this baby out of me. And I think I literally said, get this baby out of me. But yeah, when my daughter came out, like, I was so amazed. I didn't feel the pain anymore. And she was born at 1:23 p.m. January 2nd, 2014. And they put her in my arms, like, it felt so good, you know, to just actually see her and hold her. And she was healthy. Despite being premature, my baby was healthy. She was breathing on her own. She was eating.
Hey, Tookie. Hey, Tookie. Hey, mama baby.
So we'll put some nice cakes in each window. I think that'll be beautiful.
I can't remember if when she came out, did she cry? I think she was crying when she first came out. But after that, she was just so quiet. She was such a good baby. Such a great baby. And y'all, the labor and delivery was so quick that I actually still had on my clothes. I didn't have time to change into a gown or nothing like that. Like, it was, well, after I pushed her out, it was such a beautiful experience. My daddy held her. You know, my cousin got to experience me giving birth. My auntie, she cut the cord. She was holding my hand and everything throughout that process. So I'm so grateful for them. I don't know if I ever told them, but y'all, I really appreciate y'all. If y'all watch this video, I really appreciate y'all for just being there with me through that moment, through that experience. She weighed 4 pounds, 14 ounces. Or we ended up having to stay in the hospital for, I think, about a week, because she did have jaundice. She didn't have to be like in the incubator, but I did have to like do skin to skin a lot and just keep her wrapped up. They gave her, cause she had like this little thing on her arm. I guess it was like an IV, and she was in the room with me, so she didn't have to go to the NICU or anything like that. And she was also born during the coldest week of the year, which was the first week of the year. So since she was premature and stuff, they didn't want me to take her out just so soon. So we stayed for a week to make sure that her immune system and her weight and everything was increasing before I just took her out. I was so ready to go though, no lie. I was so ready to go. So yeah, that was my pregnancy, labor, and delivery experience with my first child. So I decided that I'm gonna make this a 2-part video because I don't want it to be extremely long. So I thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you give it a thumbs up. If you're a mom, make sure that you leave your experience down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in part 2. I love you to the moon and back.